I just bought this house that has a second detached garage, which is so unique. Converting that garage into living space is the single fastest way to get over $200,000 in equity. Most people automatically think that it should be turned into an ADU, but that's going to take almost a year and cost a fortune. I've made this mistake on other projects where the return didn't justify the investment. But if we simply left it as is, buyers may fail to see its potential. Let's do a quick tour so I can show you my renovation plan and also how we're going to resolve this dilemma. Let's start out front. So the curb appeal isn't that bad. We have a nice lawn with a big magnolia tree that gives it a lot of dimension and also some shade. And then the home looks a little tired because of the colors. So we're going to repaint it so that we can freshen it up. We're also going to probably replace the front door so that the curb appeal can be instantly enhanced. And then let's check out the interior. This entryway is pretty dark. The light fixture is kind of interesting. It has a lot of sparkles to it, but it needs to be replaced so that it can give sufficient light to this area. And we see this a lot, that older homes have tiles at the entryway and then different flooring in different rooms. So what we do is we usually replace the tiled floors with hardwood floors or laminate floors so that we can have a continuation of the flooring and the space will feel bigger. And that's exactly what we're gonna do here. And then we have stairs going up to the bedrooms and bathrooms. And on this side, we have a big living room. So in this living room, it feels dark because there's no ceiling light at all. And the big window is nice to bring in natural light, but we still need artificial light as well. And here, there's a quite interesting feature that there's some glass panels that separates the space, but these panels are not connected. So I'm not quite sure how they were using it before, and we probably are going to take it out. And then we have this big wall of wood paneling. It has some patterns to it, so I imagine back in the day it was quite a desirable feature, but now it looks so dated, so it's going to be removed. And then we get to the dining room. So there is a wide doorway here with double doors to separate these two spaces. But in modern household, we don't usually need a lot of separation between living spaces. So we're going to take the door out, and also ideally would like to widen this doorway so that there's more of an open flow. So the dining room has this old school chandelier that will be replaced, and that leads to kind of a big issue of this house. It's a quite big house, over 2,000 square feet, but the kitchen is so tiny. It has upper cabinets that's separating the dining room, and then maybe you can have two people in here, but it feels just very crowded. So my idea is to push this side out further, so we use a little bit of the dining room space, but expand it, and then we may also want to remove this peninsula because this is quite bulky and it made the space feel small. So we're thinking about putting an island this way so that we can have some more storage and counter space. And then over here on this side, we have some faux breaks in here. That was probably a design feature, but now it's just so dated, so that will be removed. And then we have the double oven and also some cabinets on this side that we're thinking about to actually recess the fridge into, so that the fridge won't be so protruding in the kitchen, and it will have its own space. So these are the things that we're going to do to make the kitchen more usable and more aesthetically pleasing. And then as we come further this way, we have our first guest bathroom. It's painted all pink and the color temperature is quite warm. So we're going to try to reconfigure the layout because it's quite a big guest bathroom and it's only a half bathroom. So we think that we can actually add a shower in the back and make the vanity smaller so that we will have a full bathroom on this ground level. And that's because right next to this bathroom, we have a family room that has wood paneling and a lot of wallpaper and also a fireplace. We are thinking about actually, of course, removing these dated features and also refresh the fireplace, but then this could potentially be converted into a bedroom. So we're going to add a closet to it, probably over here in this corner, so that this can be a multifunctional space. It can either be a family room, or if the next buyer desires, they can make it a bedroom with the full bathroom right next door, so that if they have in-laws or guests staying over, this would be a bedroom that's separated from all the bedrooms upstairs. The reason we want to convert this room into a new bedroom is because it adds value to this home and would allow the numbers to make sense on this project. You ask me how I know. It's because I plug all the numbers into my deal analyzer and figure out the max purchase price. If you want to borrow my deal analyzer, grab it in the link in description below. So now let's go check out the upstairs. The stairs look kind of old school, especially the railings. So this is what we usually try to change, because these railings, even if we paint them, they still wouldn't look modern. So we're going to replace them with probably metal railings that are black and horizontal. So we have 4 bedrooms upstairs, and this is the guest bathroom that's shared by multiple rooms. And in this bathroom, we have blue paint all over, and everything in here looks pretty dated, especially the vanity with these drawer fronts and cabinets, and also the tiles are square tiles with kind of blue accent. So all of these will be gutted, but the layout is pretty functional. We have a big enough vanity and everything's in the right place. So we probably are going to keep the layout here. And let's go to the first bedroom over here. We have a very bright yellow bedroom. So it's kind of interesting that a lot of the bedrooms upstairs have different colors and they're very vibrant. This is something that's telling you about the preference of the previous owner, and we don't want to keep this kind of preference in a remodeled home. So we probably are going to paint the walls white so that the next buyer can decide what they want to do. They can choose to use bold colors or accent walls, but that's a decision up to them. And over here, the closet doors are bifold and they are old looking, so they're also a little sticky. So we're going to replace them. And then there's also a little cubby. Actually, it's pretty huge. It's a big closet space that we're probably going to replace the doors here and put some shelves in there so it's more usable. And other than that, we usually put in new ceiling light and refinish the flooring so that it will look better. And if you look at the flooring in the hallway, it's really damaged poorly and It needs a lot of work. I don't know if we would be able to get rid of the damage by just sanding the floor. We may have to replace some pieces as well. And here is another bedroom. This bedroom is painted all pink. It could have been a girl's room, but as mentioned, we're going to repaint the interior, add ceiling light, and remove these window coverings and also the closet door and refinish the floors. And the last bedroom on this side is a vibrant kind of turquoise color. It's so dramatic that we try to stay away from dramatic colors like these because not a lot of buyers would be drawn to this color. So a fresh coat of paint is very necessary. And then the rest of the scope of work is very similar to the other bedrooms. So we notice that there are closets in the hall as well, and then at the end of the other side we have the master bedroom. So this room is a lot bigger than the other rooms. It has an old ceiling fan that will be taken out, and also wood paneling again that will be removed. And then the floors are so damaged, I'm not even sure what was the damage from, but it definitely needs to be refinished and repaired. And then we have this closet slash bathroom area that's quite interesting. There's a ton of space here. This whole section are closets and bathroom, but then it's so poorly used. This is what I hate about older homes or some older homes. They just don't use the space efficiently. For example, here we have closets, reaching standard closets that are nice, like because there are a ton of them, like a whole wall of them, or actually 2 walls of them. But then all of this area here is just wasteful space. It's just a hallway. And then you have this kind of makeup station here. It's nice. I think most women would like a space like this, but then again, there's more wasteful space here with the closet on one side. And then the bathroom is actually a little small. If you look at it, it's just a single vanity here and then a toilet and a standard size shower. That's the same as what was in the guest bathroom. Also similar tile style with this maroon color as accent. Even the toilet is the same color, and the curtains, I've never seen these color toilet before. So it's quite interesting, but we're going to try to use the space better. So we're thinking to use a closet that's in the hallway that's behind this wall to expand the shower and also potentially put a tub in this area, freestanding tub over here. And then we want to take out this wall so that we can expand the vanity over here and put in 2 sinks. And then the new bathroom door would be around here. So you come in the bathroom and all of this would be the bathroom. So it will be a lot bigger than what we have now. And then the rest of this area will be a new walk-in closet. So the entrance to the new closet will be from here. So that way we can fully utilize all of this space. So now we've seen all of this main house. Let's go check out the garage, especially the secondary detached garage. So from this slider from the dining room, we get to the backyard. Right now, it looks kind of boring because there's a huge deck between the main house and the detached garage. And this deck has seen better days. And it has some areas that are really unsafe. So we are going to remove it. I honestly think that this deck makes this backyard feel a lot smaller. So we're going to replace it with a concrete patio. It's going to be a pretty sizable concrete patio because we have a slider from the dining room over here and we needed to connect to the detached garage, and also we are thinking about adding an outdoor kitchen around this area along the wall so that the concrete patio will have to at least cover these areas. And then there is another slider from the family room, also a potential additional bedroom. So we need concrete patio to extend out here as well. And then on this side, we have some grass, but it's quite small. And there's also a chain link fence inside of the regular wood fence. So that's because the previous owner had a dog that they want to fence the dog in, but this chain link fence is making the yard feel way smaller than it actually is. So we're going to remove it and to be able to use the whole backyard area. But let's take a look at this detached garage because this is really where we can do a lot of stuff to increase the value of the home. The house already has a regular 2-car garage, but this space is entirely bonus. This is a good sized 2-car garage with a regular garage door, and then there is a wall kind of separating part of it and makes both sides small. So this wall is not load bearing. We're going to take it out so we can put a pool table here, some game tables, and also possibly a golf simulator, depending on what the buyers may be attracted to. And then a big thing that can make a huge difference in this space. Obviously, we're going to refinish all the walls and the ceiling and also the floors, but we're going to also put in a huge slider or stackable glass door along this wall so that it can be opened up to go to the new backyard area. And that's going to be a huge turning point of this home because it's going to be so awesome that buyers would never be able to find similar space in other similar homes. So that's what we plan to increase the value of this space. A lot of people think that this should be converted to an ADU. We thought about it initially, but it's going to be really expensive with the plumbing because it's not attached to the house, and all the other upgrades is going to cost about $200,000. And if you are putting $200,000 in and make only $200,000, it's not really a good investment. And then it's also going to take a lot longer. So we gave up on that idea and decided to make this a new game room instead. And there's another area right outside of this garage that we're going to do some change to as well. So the garage door is actually in pretty good shape and we are going to keep it. And then right outside of the garage, because the house is a corner lot, so there's actually a big lawn over here. But because it's outside of the fence, it's not really an area that kids can play in. So we plan to actually extend the fence this way and all the way to the end of the house over there so that this big lawn can be also included into the yard space. And that's going to really expand the yard so much and make buyers so happy. Now you've seen my renovation plan, let's talk about the numbers. I bought this house for 1.8 and we plan to put about $250,000 into the renovation, and we hope to sell it for about 2.5 million and make a good profit. I mentioned that we decided not to convert the second garage into an ADU because of how much time it's going to take and how much it's going to cost. That's because I learned that lesson from the other project where it took over a year to complete, and also I didn't make a good profit. If you want to see how that ended up, click here.